rude and obnoxious. Now you don't want to talk about
Why are you
God.
trying to
Come
talk
on,
about
man.
something else?
So,
What do you want to talk about, sir?
Loud and
do you know
rude.
the?
I'm just saying, like, can we talk about something else?
Well, you came in with your mic on, and it was really noisy.
I see why he want to talk about something else now.
I kind of agree with Cosmic though, because I'm kind of lost. I'm lost, and I'm not being. I feel like I'm not even being
I'm trying
educated.
to.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
literally
Can I
showing
just
you.
say something really
It's not
quickly? Because
just.
I do want to ask Red something
It's
before
it's not
if they
just
do
two
decide to
people.
change the
This is
topic.
for edification. All right?
Because
So this,
only certain people would be interested in the topic and certain people
exactly.
won't.
Right.
Those who know, and those who don't just don't. But what I'm
Exactly.
saying is that to Red, just like me and you going to Japan. Just say we met at the airport right now and we fly into Japan. And
Right.
we stay for, me and you, we were interns, we stay for 6 months, me and you, Red, and we begin to learn Japanese and we become very fluent in it. And then we come back to America and we can speak Japanese better than some of the Japanese people who've been here for a while. That does not make us Japanese. We just learned a language. And that's the same thing with Jews. Just because other people come and learn the language and become fluent in it, they do not become more of a Jew than the real Jews.
Right.
There's nothing that you could teach us, to be honest with you.
And there's actually
It's in
scripture
our
that speak on
bloodline,
that.
and there's are things that we know. It's just nothing. It's absolutely nobody could
I
teach
mean,
a
there's
real Jew
somebody in the
anything.
comments that talk about sin me and all that stuff, and they know.
Remember, now this is what everybody go to. Remember, Paul said, has God cast away his people? God forbid.
I don't know
Meaning,
about
no.
Paul, bro. Never read the Bible.
Paul was actually not a Christian until he was
Never
on the
never
road to
read the Bible,
Damascus.
bro. Never been
All right,
interested
so
in the
but
Bible.
the last question,
That's the white man's
before we
weapon.
change the subject, I just want to know.
Wait. I heard somebody
I
say
just
that's the
don't
white
like,
man's
guys,
religion.
here's my problem with this topic, okay? My whole life I've been raised Jewish. I was born
Right.
into a Jewish family, right?
Right.
I mean, skin color, it's such a, it's a topic that I don't think should distinguish whether somebody's a true believer in a religion or not, right? I get people all the time that want to ask me about Yeshua. Was he black? Was he this? Was he that? It doesn't matter. It's what he came here to do for people.
Hey, pause. I get what you're saying, but that right there, that's kind of gaslighting. And people do that. That's gaslighting. And I'm going to tell you why. Because
You know what? How was that
the
gaslighting? That's
color
what
does.
that's what he grew up. That's how he grew up.
No.
Because
I'm not
the
saying
color
nothing bad
does
about
matter.
him.
The color
Yeah,
does
color
matter.
does
when
matter.
They,
I'm
when
not
they
saying
actually
nothing about
change his
him.
color.
But that's actually, if you think about it, like, you would call it appropriation if I did, like, braided my hair, right? But
Yeah,
I grew up my entire life under this religious practice.
right. But see, we got to realize,
I was bar
I'm
mitzvah, and I went
not
through the
against you,
entire thing,
Red.
man.
I'm not against you at all.
No, I know you're
See,
not, but I just don't think it
have
should
to,
go down to it's vacuous, bro. The argument
we
of
have to
skin color.
realize. No.
Yeah.
Listen, skin color is in the Bible. Solomon said, "My skin is black upon me."
No, but
See what I'm
the
saying?
point I was trying to make
So
to you earlier
but
about
I just,
Solomon, though, is his descendants are actually lighter skinned blacks, the Ethiopians, and that's
There-
probably because he was a lighter skinned man, not like me, okay? Because if you look at the people that are from that region, they're more. It's a Mediterranean country. I don't know why everybody
listen. You see,
considers it.
people they always go to the Isle of Color and they try to say how light the person was, right? But they never talk about the hair texture. Who
Wait a
has
minute,
woolly hair?
user. Can I just step in really quickly? I'm
Who has
sorry to
woolly hair?
interrupt, user. I
Monica.
would yield. I just need to say something really
I
quickly.
I still haven't got my point across with him real quick.
Wait a minute.
I'm
I promise you, I'm a yield. I just need to say this to Red because I thought he understood the first time and he didn't. Basically,
No, I
Red,
understood what you
again.
said. They went
Wait a
to
minute.
Afghanis.
Wait a minute. Red. We talked about this a lot earlier in regards to the entire Middle East section that was all the conquered land. The Afghanistans went in and conquered it. So now you would see the lighter skin complexions because they are not the original people of the land. Just like the whites came in and conquered from the Indians, America is how Afghanistan did the middle part of Africa.
From the
Wait a minute, hold on.
Listen,
Let me
she's
speak
making a
to
point.
Red
She's
real
making a
quick.
point. She's making a point.
Wait a minute.
She's
Let me
saying,
speak to Red real quick so I can hear myself, and then I'll yell. They conquered that part. They called it the Middle East after they conquered it. There is no lighter skin and all of that. You can just watch. You can throw that in the trash. It's conquered. So with that being said, the original real people of the land was black and dark dark and Jews and all of that. There were no other cultures going on. It was the Jews of Israel, being enslaved by the other blacks of Egypt, and that was between us. It had nothing to do
That's
with
very
white and Puerto
interesting.
Ricans and all of that. It had nothing to do with that. So now what I'm saying to you is, as I told you, they try to erase our history,
Right.
and even Putin showed the original photo of Jesus when
This is
he
why
showed
this
it.
is
He
why
opened the
America
box and
is
showed
so
it.
upset with
Wait,
Putin.
how was
When
there a
yeah.
photo of Jesus?
Hey, no,
Yes,
it's
the photo
it's a
of Jesus.
depiction.
Wait a minute, user. Hold on 1 second. I don't mean to interrupt. I just have to say this to Red.
Oh, it's
The
a black
photo of
depiction of
Jesus
him.
that we
Yes.
have come to see, that is Caesar Borgia. Okay,
Yes.
he was
Cesar
painted.
Borgia.
He actually was an unaliver and a
Pope of
rapist
Alexander
of his
VI, son of
family.
Pope.
We was tricked into believing that the white man with long hair that we see is Jesus, and it turned out that he was an unaliver and sick, and he was painted, and his image was took to be placed over the real Jesus. Who had it was Putin. Putin showed the photo, and the photo is all over the wall. It was whitewashed to white out our image. Okay, so just take out the real Jews and all of that, and Egyptians and all of that was light skinned. They were not. These are the people who conquered the land. Please
Right.
understand that.
Can I say
Okay,
something
and
real
what
quick?
year did that supposedly happen where the Afghan?
And so we know this when Rome conquered, when Egypt fell in 30 BC and Rome took hold, that Egypt and Northern Africa all became Rome. And after a few generations, kind of have lighter babies now. So that's just why.
Right, because they mix among the people, just like in America.
Yeah.
So you're correct.
So like the idea, I wasn't talking
First, the
about
first thing is that if you want to speak, that's fine. But yours is no more. You're no more knowledgeable than I am. When you're talking about Rome, that is true. I'm not going to deny that Rome had hands in it.
He's just saying the conversation.
You obviously don't know. Wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. I'm talking to Living. You obviously don't have a clue about the Afghanistan slave trade, which makes you a little slow. So when you talk about stupid, you should come in with facts.
So what?
You
Wait,
don't know
listen.
about the
He wasn't.
Afghanistan slave
He
trade.
wasn't going at
Why was it the
Liv.
Afghanistan?
I mean,
Women are emotional.
It wasn't.
He wasn't going at
Afghanistan didn't even exist. Why was it called that? And
Wait, I can't hear what he's saying because everybody talks when everybody talks.
Afghanistan didn't exist.
Thank you.
The Roman
It didn't
Empire.
exist at the time.
It didn't exist.
Wait, oh my God. Wait a minute.
Afghanistan
First-
didn't exist. So how was it the Afghanistan slave trade?
That's a good question.
No, it's not a good
It's an
question.
Arab.
Because the only reason
not
why I'm
Afghanistan.
muted,
The
the only reason why I got quiet is
She not
because
know what a
I'm
word
in
is.
awe. Wait a minute. The only reason
It's
why
the
I got
Arab
quiet
slave
is
trade.
because I'm in awe that he sounds like he's a black, but I mean, I understand that everybody was taught differently, but there is no way in the goddamn universe that you do not know about the East African slave trade. Now, unless you was living under a rock, till this day, Libya, hold on.
Don't use
hold
the
on,
Lord's
hold
name in
on.
vain, please.
If you want me to respond, let me respond. But I can't talk. Y'all are men. Y'all voices are
You mean
deeper
the
than-
Arab slave trade?
Wait a minute. I get I know what I'm saying. Hold on. I cannot talk over y'all. It's too many men. Let me just finish and then I yield. There's no way that I understand Arab slave trade, that you don't know about the East African Arab slave trade. There's no way. Till this day, Libya, right now, all the Arabs have the Africans that are swimming over there to get into Italy and Paris.
So again, you're talking about the Arab slave trade.
You have to direct that to live it because for him to
No,
come in on a topic
listen,
and say
I'm
this
not coming
is
at you.
stupid.
I'm talking to everybody though. I'm not coming at you. I'm not coming at nobody.
I want to hear from Lafi's son. I don't know how to pronounce her name. His or her name.
Okay. So like I'm saying, this is stupid, right? Because the Arab slave
His
trade
voice
took
is so
place-
everything he say is he starts out with this is stupid.
Yeah,
You're
because
stupid.
we're not. What I was addressing. So what I was addressing, right, was red, right, and the idea of the real Jewish person and like the phenotypical presentation of people,
Right.
of Arabs in the during the Arab slave trade, right? The reason that they phenotypically presented like that is because almost 1,500 years prior, 2,000 years before that,
That's
they
what
were
took over the land.
conquered by Rome. And so sure, like when we go back thousands of years, people that lived in that area coming out of Africa phenotypically presented as black, but when they were conquered by Rome and Egypt fell in 30 BC,
Right.
they integrated with the people. And so the people from the Iberian Peninsula, Moorish people, those are all descendants of Rome,
Right.
and other societies. And so when you look at the Arab slave trade was started primarily over religious persecution over Saracens, pagans, and Christians. And Christians were being enslaved, right? And we can also see, and we know this, like when we look at the Crusades as well. So like that's what I'm saying. Like this is not I wasn't even talking to you, ZZT. It was more so towards Red, but like you can get the smoke too, for real, because this is like I don't understand why we're arguing this point.
But you're
It's
talking
no
about
need to argue.
okay, but you're talking about history.
I mean, I'd just say we all have our religious beliefs. I'm not going to sit here and argue.
But
over
it's
what the
not.
skin
Listen,
color
listen.
is.
So when people
may I
say
ask
religion,
Is religion.
this is a heritage. It's a heritage. Being an Israelite is a heritage. It's not a religion.
Okay, but then when I
Religion
write
is
down the
Christianity.
language, bro, I write down the language, and people are like, "Oh, that's irrelevant."
No,
I have
I'm not saying it's irrelevant. I'm telling you what the language that you were writing. I was saying where it came from and what it was. It was part of the Masoretic text. It's not a part of the original Hebrew. And the scriptures tell you that we're not going to get the Hebrew language, the true language, until the Messiah comes back. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I get it. I've been very, very, very patient. I think you guys would all agree about that. My name is Wikri Lofason, and I've been extremely
I can
patient.
definitely tell you are probably Jewish. I want to hear it though.
I'm not Jewish. I am Sami.
All right. So what do you want to say? What do you want to
Go
say?
ahead, go ahead. I'm listening.
I would like to know where the Sami are included in this discussion you've been having.
Okay, the Sami. What is Sami?
Agreed.
Explain it to me.
The Sami are the indigenous people of the Nordic area.
Okay, so what's your lineage? Okay,
Or
okay.
blonde
Let's
hair and blue eyed.
blonde hair, blue eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you
Like
come from the
Sweden,
lineage.
Norway,
Right. So
Iceland.
you
Yeah.
come from the lineage. If I go biblical, and I'm not trying to offend you, all right? If we go
No.
biblical,
You're not.
right?
No, you're not offending me. I'm wanting to know.
Okay.
We're included in this.
Okay. So if we
Nowhere.
go biblical,
You're not included.
no,
You're not
listen.
included in it.
That right there. Can you let me talk? I'm not. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I want to explain to her because we will never get anywhere if we
This
just
is
come
so
on
bad
insulting
right
people
now.
every
This
time.
is so bad.
We can't. You can't.
Do I
Listen,
need
we
to
can't be
leave?
emotional.